What's up, everybody? We have 10 minutes here to discuss how to make it through the holidays. As the, I don't remember who says it in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, but they say, it's the holidays, we're all miserable.
Yep.
So
we're the jolliest bunch of holes this side of the nut house.
Exactly it. So we all have some ideas. We got Jimmy here, Mark, and Erik across the table from us of how we get through the holidays, hunting and shooting style. So Mark, yeah, I know you had a good one. You seem pretty passionate about this. So why don't you kick us off?
Well, Jim, there's always the classic, get super wasted. Now, I'm not going to tell you to do that. I'm not going to tell you not to do that. You might, if you're married, you might pay the price afterwards because you might hear about it a little bit, but actually during, it'll get you through. Beyond that, there's one thing that I like to do, and I call them sneak hunts.
Yeah. Now, explain this. This sounds intriguing.
Well, and depending on where you're located or where you live or where you're spending the holidays, you may or may not be able to do a sneak hunt. But inevitably, you got family over, things are going on, lots of meals happening. Somebody's forgotten something that they need from the store. Bam, I'll get it. So you got to keep.
Oh, I got a truck. I have lots of room to go get food.
So if you're on a piece of property that you can hunt, you've got a piece of property that you can hunt nearby, or a sweet little piece of public. Maybe there's a stream running through it, like kind of by my house, that you can check for waterfowl.
Mm-hmm.
Then
or fishing.
You keep your gear either conveniently in your truck or in the garage where you can huck it into your truck. And also, you're going to be wearing gear that you can, like if you need some camo, you got to be able to put it over your plain clothes, because when you go back into the house, you need to be in your people clothes.
Yes, exactly.
Now, somebody might ask the question, like, boy, it took you long. And I'm talking like 20-minute hunts here.
Yeah.
Like a quick walk for a squirrel. Maybe you're jumping a pond, you're hitting the stream, this, that. Very quick, but they will help your sanity. If you have somebody
just getting out with a gun,
getting out with a gun,
bow,
a little fresh air, clearing your mind.
Yep.
If you have somebody that hunts in the house, like basically I've got one other serious hunter, you can generally talk them into it. Like, hey, I need some help at the store. People are going to ask questions. They're going to say, hey, well, it sure took you a little longer to,
Everyone forgot
holiday
the wine.
traffic.
Yeah, you got holiday traffic. You ran into somebody at the store that wouldn't stop
that you went to high
talking.
school with, maybe.
They didn't have the item at store A, so I had to go to store B. You can lie, make up a lie, any lie. They all work.
So lying, sneak hunts, and getting wasted.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other thing is that you can do is that usually this time of year it's so cold out. If you get something, maybe you don't necessarily have to field dress it right away.
Bingo.
If it stays in the back of your truck, or if you have a garage freezer on the way in, you might be able to sneak that in before anybody would otherwise notice.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now, if you do a sneak hunt where maybe it's some sort of modern firearm season for deer and you grease a deer, that might be something where you just pay the price and you say, you know what? I did it.
Guilty.
I shot a deer.
Hey, look,
here
this
it
thing's
is.
already dead.
I know you're mad.
I can't leave it.
Yeah.
That's why the sneak hunt is never a deer hunt. The sneak hunt is an easy hunt. Okay? So
I agree.
So your primary quarry is squirrels, waterfowl, anything pint-sized, perhaps a rabbit, something that fits in an algae.
If you were playing catchphrase, you'd say you could fit it in a bread box.
So, brings me to Christmas 2018, just last year. Easy hunt on Christmas morning. In-laws are arriving at 9. I have at least 2 hours of daylight to go out there, hang out in the woods, shoot a couple squirrels. It'll all be good.
Jeez, plenty of time.
Squirrels are easy. You can, you cut them up real quick. Easy hunt, right?
Off you go.
Okay, went out there, shot 4 squirrels, arrived home at 8:43, got the squirrels.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, I mean, there was blood, there was fur. I had nothing to do with the tails. My yellow lab, Cooper, Grandma pulls in the driveway, and Cooper's walking around with a squirrel tail hanging out of his mouth. But the key takeaways there, I also learned on that day that I can shower, brush my teeth, and use the bathroom in 3 minutes, and be presentable before Grandma comes up the driveway. Despite Cooper having the squirrel tail in his mouth, which her Grandma's vision isn't what it was about, a couple decades ago.
Is Rusty still in the Navy?
How long have you lived in Florida?
We're in Wisconsin, Grandma.
Yeah. But anyways, key takeaways there. Quick shower time, easy hunt, Squirrels are pint-sized, and
Well,
Cooper hide the evidence.
Well, that's
better.
what I was saying. Like the deer, like if you do the deer thing, like you're just going to pay the price on that one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Make sure it's a big buck.
Well, I like this. I like what you guys are saying too, because it's something that is very doable, and it also involves getting out of the house, because many times you got to just get out there. What I had was I was looking up foods that make you poop, because as we all know, the only sanctuary inside of the house during the holidays is the bathroom. And if you just
full, Clark.
Exactly.
Yep.
And if you go to pee, it's not long enough for really to just decompress. So you got to go and you got to squat.
And
so,
nobody ever questions diarrhea. It's
No,
like when
they
you're
don't.
calling
They
in for
don't.
work. Oh, I have
Right.
diarrhea.
foods
Yeah,
that
they don't want to touch that.
Yeah.
So here's a couple of foods
send
Literally
pics.
or figuratively.
Yeah.
foods that make you poop: apples, prunes, kiwis, flax seeds, pears, beans, rhubarb, artichokes.
Flax seeds with 100% chance of flax.
Yeah, stuff like that. So that was on my mind at
Flaxulence.
first. A lot of times, as we know, you can head on in, pop a squat, pull out your phone, start researching, public land areas around, maybe for your sneak hunts. Start researching gear, all that other kinds of stuff that we like doing.
Yep.
I usually find myself on bringatrailer.com where there's some rare classic cars being sold.
Now, Jim, I'm going to throw this out there, though. I mean, and that does sound incredibly satisfying. But getting back to the sneak hunts and the lying, you could just say, if questioned, I don't know, my stomach's a little bit upset, and then you just go in and
Nobody
hang out for a
questions
while,
that
and you
my
get on your
stomach's
phone.
upset.
And
I do have one addition to that. If you live in a rural area, consider where you keep your firearms. So, to expand on that, we have a back door of our house. Always got a 22 hot to trot right there. Please, no one steal my 22. I might have to move that to the front door now. Anyways, so where I'm going with that is if you see a squirrel in the backyard, you can just crack open the door. Ooh.
It helps if it's suppressed.
Exactly, yeah.
So another thing that I thought of, though, and this was to bring in the shooting element to it, because we've talked a lot about hunting, but this was something I did a couple Christmases back, and unfortunately, it was kind of a one and done thing, because then my in-laws and my wife figured out how much time it took, and anyway. But what I did was, father-in-law had expressed some interest in firearms and shooting.
oh, perfect.
And so what I did was I packed up all of the parts to build an AR. And I'm talking about like an inexpensive AR-15. I'm not looking for the most Gucci 3-gun thing. I'm not looking for the most precision thing, whatever. This is just build an AR-15.
Something that fires.
Which you
Yes.
can do now for about the same price as all the Duluth Trading Company gear that he's asking for Christmas.
Yep.
And he's going to like this one a lot more,
Yep,
let's be
yep.
honest. So I just showed up and I said, hey, in-law, dad, check
Father
this
time.
out. Look what I brought. And he said, wow, surely we can't build all this right here. And I said, you know what we can do? We can build it in your kitchen. I bet you we could build it right here in the kitchen. He said, no way. I said, yeah, we totally can. So anyways, my wife was like, whatever, you guys just do your
Yep.
thing. I guess it's a thing for you to bond with
Hey,
my
where'd
dad.
that lower
She looked
receiver
at-
go? Oh,
she-
it's in the turkey.
She looked at it as a thing to bond with her dad, so she
Yeah.
thought that was great. And then the mother-in-law was none the wiser. She said, whatever, just don't shoot anybody. So okay, sounds good.
You'll shoot your eye out.
So we spent, and I took extra long explaining how everything went together. I was showing him all the parts. We put the whole thing together, literally on his
Yep.
kitchen counter. It took quite some time. We were able to bypass all of the drama that was happening out in the living room around the Christmas tree and whatnot. As we discussed this, of course, we're building something that's really fun to build. We all enjoy. And then the whole rest of the evening, he just couldn't stop talking about this AR-15 that we
It's like
built.
you broke him.
He loved it. It ended up being, I just decided that it was basically his gift. We've gone over and essentially have, he's come over to Vortex. He's shot it a little bit here. Every time I go over, since this was a couple years ago, he still talks about it to this day.
Amazing.
So, how could you go wrong with that?
It's adult
And
Legos.
you introduce somebody. It ended up being his first AR-15. You introduce somebody to the whole sport. I mean, you're talking about promoting firearms. We talked about safe firearm handling and all that stuff. I told him about some places that he could go for some training or some learning up and whatnot. Where to find ammo. Literally, we talked about guns the entire rest of the evening. It was great. Cracked a couple of beers. Chatted with him all about it. Of course, this was at the point when the AR-15 was in the safe or put away. So
I mean, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, you've literally manufactured a safe topic that you're interested in, that you want to talk about, that he can talk about. And I mean, because let's be honest, you know, like, oh, you got any vacations planned? How's work going? I don't care.
No, nobody cares. Yeah.
Moral of the
And now-
story, it's the holidays. We're all miserable. Shoot squirrels, have a 22 at the back door, and build the in-law a gun.
Yeah, great bonding.
Yeah.
There you have it. 10 minutes. Hopefully you guys survive the holidays.
Be safe, everyone.
All right, yeah. See you next time. Happy Christmas and New Year's and Merry everything.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Bye.
Bye.